What is an emergency motion? In Florida, there's the ability to file what's called an emergency motion in divorce and family law cases. And again, I'm a Florida divorce and family law attorney, so I'm only speaking about family law cases. The courts normally look to the case Smith v. Kreider, at least in this area. That's a case that you look at for the what needs to be a part of your emergency motion and why a court would grant emergency relief. So again, the Smith v. Kreider case is the one that usually the courts look at to determine whether an emergency motion should get priority on the judge's calendar. So sometimes during the normal course of a case, if you have to mediate first and you have to wait for a hearing, sometimes you can be looking at months later before you're able to have your motion heard. There's also expedited motions as well, that you're trying to get a hearing a little bit quicker. There has to be reasons for that, but emergency is the topic of this video, and that's when you're asking for sometimes injunctive relief within a case to happen immediately, for change in time sharing to happen immediately, just some type of emergency circumstances. So obviously kidnapping, child abuse, the child being in harm, neglect, things of that nature. That's really what the courts are looking at for purposes of granting emergency status so you can get a hearing. I've had motions filed one day and a hearing the next. It's not always that quickly, and sometimes the court will enter an injunctive order, maybe a pickup order or some other type of injunctive order ex parte, which means without a hearing. So basically they'll enter the order and then say, now you got to come back within a week or 2 weeks or whatever amount of time to then have a hearing on it. But basically it's a band-aid putting on it until something happens. And obviously that's reserved for cases where it's an emergency, and pursuant to the law, you need to follow the guidelines of what actually is an emergency and what is not. So again, this is William S. Foley from William S. Foley, PA. Have a wonderful day.